Hey, what's up, guys? So, this video is going to be really different. So, I am really super pissed off because the most valuable asset that I have and the commodity that I have got in my life was wasted this week, and I actually lost a lot of it, which is actually time. Now, this channel is all about money and investing, but one of my primary assets in my life that I get every single day is time. And specifically, I want to use this video to save anybody else the hassle of buying this specific brand of printers. And I want to share my experience contrary to all the reviews that you'll see on YouTube and read online, especially. So I spent nearly 5 or 6 hours this week trying to buy a printer, and you would think that buying a printer in 2022 is a really simple job. So I did a lot of research. I'm a pretty sort of thrifty guy, and after having done a lot of research, spoken to some family, I got the advice that you should look to buy an ink tank printer if you are buying a printer in 2022. So ink tank printers are basically more efficient than the traditional inkjet printers where you had cartridges. Ink tank printers basically allow you to pour some ink into the tank of the printer, and this basically gives you longevity from the perspective of the ink actually running out and you having to replace it, more so when you have to fill ink manually, which is actually pretty simple. Having done it myself personally, it's actually really cost effective. So after doing all that research, I found that the Epson ET2820 was the best printer to go ahead with. Now, I'm a pretty modern guy, and I usually use online banking to purchase stuff. So I went online and I thought, let me look at what printers are available from Epson, and I use Curry's website. If you live in the UK, you know what that is. It's a major retailer like in the US, Best Buy. So I went on to Curry's and basically I looked for this Epson ink tank printer. Now, the first thing that you will get hit when you start looking for ink tank printer, especially with Epson, is there are multiple swath of ink tank printers, and they all virtually have the same features, but they have different model numbers, which are mildly different from one from the other, which makes it super confusing. And I spent 2 hours, despite knowing which model I wanted to buy, just deciding what the differences between the different models of the Epson ink tank printers were. Now, once I decided to go ahead with the ET2820, don't ask me how I got to that point, but basically I had to research and compare to the nth degree. I decided to go with the ET2820. I purchased it and I had to go and collect it the next day from the store, which meant because they weren't able to deliver it to my house until the following week, and that was inconvenient for a variety of reasons. So I spent another 40 minutes driving to the store, picking up the printer, driving back, and so I lost that time. And once I got the device back, I said, okay, let me set this up because I need the printer. So I set the device up using the app that Epson has, which was actually pretty good. But then the actual manual and labels which came within the packaging were really odd. The diagrams made literally no sense. So I had to spend about 40 minutes just trying to figure out what that meant. So I spent literally about 2 hours, 2.5 hours trying to set this printer up. Now, once the printer was set up, I tested it. The print quality was actually pretty decent. But the thing that I realized is, and this may be my special case and scenario, I have a iMac 2021 with an M1 chip, which is probably the latest computer that you can have. And after I printed my first job, the Mac was unable to find the printer again. And I was like, okay, that is really odd because the printer is brand new, the computer is brand new, so there can't be an issue. So I tested whether the Wi-Fi was okay, and the Wi-Fi was absolutely 100% awesome. So I was like, there has to be some other issue here. Now I started doing some research online, and it wasn't just me who was having this issue. Basically, every single person who has bought Epson computer or Epson printers and has a Mac computer, basically there's some sort of a connectivity issue. So I went onto the Epson website to try and find if there was software that I could download and make this work. And guess what? There's no information about this either. The last information that's been updated is from like 2015 or something like that. So it's like 2 or 3 versions old operating system compatibility information that's available there. So basically, I had a brand new printer which is not compatible with the latest technology that's available. And I had spent another 1.5 hours trying to figure out why this wasn't working. So now I had to basically return this item because it is faulty, because it's not compatible with my computer. And I had to call up the retailer, which in my case is Curry's. And I spent another hour trying to figure out how I could return it. And the lines were closed, and I only found out 40 minutes into the IVRS system that okay, it wasn't working and there was no information on the website. So I had to then go into the store the next day. I went into the store this morning, tried to return it, and guess what? They said they can't accept the return because it's an online order, and they needed some sort of an online authorization code. Now I appreciate this is not actually Epson's fault and the printer's fault, but this whole issue wouldn't have happened if the damn printer was compatible with my computer. So anyway, so then I come back home and then I spend another 40 minutes on the phone trying to figure out how I can return this item. So net, I think I lost about 6 or 7 hours this week just trying to print and set up this printer. So my whole advice is, if you are looking to buy a brand new printer and you're looking at the ink tank variety of printers, I think the ink tank concept is really good, but do not buy an Epson printer if you have an Apple device, which most people have nowadays from a personal use or even from a professional use perspective. The connectivity is really, really bad, and it is unstable, and it does not work on a consistent basis. So anyway, that's my story and experience. I don't know if this helps you out. If it does, smash the like button. If you want more information about finance and investing, then consider subscribing to my channel. If not, that's fine as well. I'll see you in the next video.